Hey guys, this is AC Locke here. I'm here with Disruptor Manufacturing. And we've got a new product that we're launching here. We got the prototype. We're just getting ready to go into production on these. But I had this at the huge convention. I had a bunch of people asking me, AC, why didn't you shoot a video at the huge convention? Well, number one is because although we had a 60-foot long booth at the huge convention, we couldn't spray water inside. Well, we did have a little 300-gallon pond we could, but we could show the strength of the new Terminator pump, but we couldn't really show how far it shot. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do the 60-foot test. And so what I've done here, as you can see here, is I have marked out 60 feet. So I'm gonna grab the measuring wheel, and you can see here I have it zeroed out. And we're gonna go ahead and measure out between these two cones. These two cones are 60 feet. Now, I realize here in the power washing, exterior cleaning, soft washing industry, especially guys have a problem with measurements. Most guys don't know what 6 inches is, let alone 60 feet. A little bit of humor there for you guys. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and measure this out because everybody's going, oh, my pump shoots 80 feet and all that kind of stuff. Not really. So here we go, okay? So we're going to put this down here, right here on this cone, and we're going to go, right there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and we'll come right here, 60 feet. So I'll move the cone right to here, and you guys can see right here on the measuring wheel, we're sitting at 60 feet, okay? 60 feet, measure it one more time, just to be sure. All right, all the way back down here, back to the truck. So you guys can really see here how long 60 feet is. 60 feet is basically 57, 59, 60, right there, 60 feet. 60 feet. So 60 feet is like a 6-story building. So if you stand right here, AJ, at the cone, I'm gonna come all the way over here, and you guys can see how far 60 feet is. So here we go. I'm standing at 60 feet. All right, so if you look at the side of our building here, that building is 20 feet tall here on the back side, 20 feet, 25 feet in the front side. And so imagine that 3 times higher would be a 60-foot tall or 6-story building. All right, so Terminator pump. If you notice here on the Terminator pump, all enclosed, nice aluminum, weather-tight enclosure. One thing you need to remember is when you are driving down the road and your truck is doing 70 miles an hour, basically if it's raining outside and you're driving in 70-mile-an-hour rain, the enclosure has to be rated basically to be able to go through a hurricane. Okay, a hurricane. So if you look at this here, it's protected from the wind-driven rain because it is over here on the side of a truck. I'm going to go ahead and start this up here. This is also, too, by the way, this is a 12-volt DC electric motor and pump, okay? So electric motor here, fully electric system. We nicknamed this the P40 killer, okay? The P40 killer because this is meant to replace P40s or AR45s, those types of pumps. All right, going to go ahead and turn this on. It'll go ahead and pressurize up. We got the pressure switch to stop at about 130 PSI. You're like, man, AC, 130 PSI isn't very much. It's a lot. You guys are using your P40s and your AR45s. The 40 and the 45 on those is liters per minute. And what you don't realize is you are not using 40 liters per minute. You are not using 45 liters per minute. You're only using half of the capacity of those pumps because you're running them again through a loop then, okay? You've got a backflow or a bypass that's running them through a loop and going back in the machine. So when you take your hand off the gun, it goes into bypass mode. Even as you're using it, about 50% of your pump is going into bypass. So this pump right here is 7 gallons a minute, and we have it set at about 130 PSI. Now we're going to show you what it does. Now, right here, I'm just going to pull a little bit of hose, off of our power stream skid, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a fan tip here real quick. Now we have 4 tips. I know a lot of you guys like to use those great guns, and those guns are awesome, but this is actually too powerful for those guns. We're gonna have to come up with a 5 gallon a minute version, because you guys using all those guns, 7 gallons a minute will not flow through those. The pressure switch kicks on and off. 130 PSI at 7 gallons a minute, those guns are impossible. So we had to put tips on here. So I'm using a 60 orifice, 40 degree, just to kind of show you how much flow is coming out of this thing. And so you can see here just how quickly, if you were up on a roof, how quickly you could cover a roof. Okay? And if you come in here close, you can just see the absolute slap pressure on my hand. It absolutely stings when it hits my hand. Okay, that's with a 60 orifice. If I go to a 70-40, you can see even more flow. So you can see I can go out 20 feet on a roof and just be putting chemical on the roof out 20 feet just like this. And you can see how quickly I can cover a roof or exterior, or even pre-treating chemicals for doing gas station cleaning or anything else with this T31 pump here, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna put on a 0060, and I'm gonna hit this garage door here just for you to kind of see the force of this. And you can see I get real easily up on this building. And you can see if I was using a drone or something, it would be as fast as the drone could humanly possibly move to get chemical on the building. And if I go to a 70 degree orifice, you can see it even puts out more pressure. And you can, just see how high I can get up into the air. All right, so now the true test. If you come back over here, the true test for this, let's see here. I got a little bit of a headwind coming at me. Yeah, I definitely got a headwind coming at me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this from 2 different directions. I got a real headwind coming at me now. I'm gonna shoot this way into the headwind, and then I'm gonna pull off my hose and I'm gonna shoot with the wind back, so we can get a true into the wind and with the wind kind of test. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my number 60 tip here. I'm gonna go ahead and stand not on the 60, because then I'd be getting 4 feet in front of me. Gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna spray out in front of myself here into the wind. Okay? And you can see right there, we're getting easily about 40 feet with the 60 degree orifice into the wind. And if I put in the 70 orifice, you can see right there, into the wind, getting that same 40 feet. So that's what you're getting, what's called the wind is cheating you, all right? So now, because I know I've got a wind coming to my back here, I'm gonna go ahead and spread out my hose. And you can see basically each one of these expansion joints is about 20 feet. So I got a little bit past 40. And I'm gonna go ahead and stand on this end. And I'm gonna shoot on this side here so that you can see comparatively. I'm gonna go ahead and put the 60 orifice on. I'm gonna line up with the cone. And now you can see I'm easily getting past, if I put a little arc to it there, almost getting the back of the truck. And that's with the 0060. And if I go to the 0070, you can see here, little less difference with the little less distance with the 0070 because the orifice is bigger. And again, if I come back over here, you can see, guys, this is with a 7 gallon a minute, 130 PSI. We're getting about 62 feet right here. That is a true That is a true 60 feet. Listen, I know a lot of people have problems with measurements, especially guys. People are usually afraid to take out one of these measuring wheels and actually measure. So what I'm going to do again is, if you look right here, this is our dry mark. I'm going to go ahead and set this on 0. AJ, come down here and verify this is on 0. All right. And remember, this is our 7-gallon-a-minute version. We have a 5-gallon-a-minute version, a 7-gallon-a-minute version, and a 9-gallon-a-minute version. 5, 7, 9. I'm going to go ahead and start right here at the center of the cone. And I'm going to go ahead and measure down to the end of the wet mark here to verify to you guys 62 feet. All right? 62 feet. So there it is, the Terminator meets the California CARB regulations. It's a completely electric motor. And here's the cool thing, come over here. These are not lithium batteries. You don't have to buy special batteries or a special battery bank or expensive modern batteries. These are regular Group 31 marine DC bass fishing trolling motor batteries. You ready for this? You can buy these at Walmart. One goes bad, you go to Walmart. You go to Sam's, you go to Interstate Batteries, you buy a new one. Most of those places give you a warranty, so when they do get bad, you usually get 30–40% off the new battery. Each battery here gives you about 2 hours of service, so I can run that pump with these 5 batteries, power these hose reels, power that pump, power our automation system, power everything on this skid, and it gives us right here 10 hours of power. We have a built-in charging system on these. We also have a DC charger that charges them as they're rolling down the road. So listen, if you're ready to be CARB compliant, especially if you're in California, Washington, Oregon, or New Jersey, and those are the states that are really pushing the CARB regulation and outlawing the single-cylinder engines that are less than 25 horse, and you're ready to go DC powered, especially how easy it is with just these regular Group 31 batteries, we're ready to start taking care of you. These are going to start shipping real soon. We're just getting the production line going. Be looking for them sometime this fall. Give us a call. Go ahead and get your reservations in. We're not going to ask for any money, but you can put in a reservation to go ahead and get one of these. And if you're a distributor looking to handle these, you can put in your reservation as well. They're ready. It's not a prototype. It's not something you're going to have to wait on. All we got to do is get the line up and working, and we'll be able to start shipping these real soon, sometime this fall 2024. This is AC Lock here. Hey, it is good to be disruptive.